In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie, Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Grand Rising. Hey everybody, what's going on? How y'all doing this morning? Dr. Soapy, it is good to... Dr. Soapy, you have any requests? What do you have any requests, Dr. Soapy? Lena, pretty brown eyes, Grand Rising, Bernice, thank you for being a supporter. Madison, good morning to you as well. M. Renee, Grand Rising. I had to make sure Dr. Soapy wasn't telling me once again, please don't sing because I disturbed his dog's peace. Jake Parrish, hey, I hope you have a wonderful day as well. I just wanted to make sure. Maybe you had a different song in mind for me. Hey, TC, Grand Rising. Okay, this is 172 more days. Do you guys know what the 172 days represent? So, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I have no idea what's going on in the YouTube streets. I did the court watch with Demetra. Do you guys go over and subscribe to Demetra's Trial Watch channel? If any of you are into true crime stories that you may see or news stories that you may see on the internet, go over there and check out Demetra's Lit All Day Trial Watch. Let me give the link right here. Let me see. hold on. Let me see if I can find her channel. Go over there and give her some support if you're into that type of thing. Um, I really like it for some reason. She gets all the commercials out and everything, especially if she's had it a while. She'll get the commercials out. She'll also uh, get the sidebars out and stuff. So go over there and check it out. It's not like watching a real trial, but sometimes the ones that she have unfortunately have that winner. But most of the time, she gets all of that stuff out. Okay, I found her link. Go over there and give her a click and a view. It's a good channel if you like that type of stuff. Because I'm caught up in this trial where the wife had Ponzi scheme going on, and her husband, she was taking money from her friends and stuff, telling them that she was going to invest the money, and then she would lose the money. I'm not sure what she was losing the money on, because I really don't think she was investing the money. Here's the link to her trial watch. If you don't like it, just hit the link and subscribe so she can get her numbers up over there. I'd appreciate it. Hey, Candy Cane. Hey, Barry Carey. Yes, please come and join Trial Watch with Demetra Monday through Friday morning and evening. Yes, thank you, Renee, because she definitely has some good content over there. Grand Rising, Aisha. Oh, I was behind the scenes looking for it. You done already dropped it, huh, Barry Carey? That's you know That's what a good mod does. I got to get better in my modding duties. I be sitting up there listening to people say different channels names, and then I don't be on it. Oh, I could have dropped the link. And the content creator, like Barry Carey, drops her own links to the other people who she's talking about. So sometimes I catch on after I miss it the first time, but I'm gonna get better. Oh, and respectively, Bernadette. Respectfully, M. If you guys are not watching her in the mornings, she comes on, I think it's 10 Eastern time. If you guys are not watching her, you're missing something good. Please reset your goals, Ronnie Q. Thank you, Outspoken One. Thank you. I did set them early this morning. Let me reset my goals. Yeah, they ended because I only had them set for an hour. Thank you. I appreciate your support, Outspoken One. Okay, I'll leave it. Let me see. Okay. Goes, goes, goes. Grand Rising, DC Kool-Aid. Okay, now, who says that? Where did this come from? Where did this goes, goes? Who does anybody know where that comes from? Did I speak DC Kool-Aid? If I didn't, Grand Rising DC Kool-Aid. Okay. Also, if you get up early enough, you can go over there to Very Very Carey's channel. She wakes you up with brain teasers. Obviously, I didn't wake up with one this morning, but that's neither here nor there. I got up right on time to do the show. So go over there and check out Very Carey. It is very fun. She does brain teasers uh, where you have to think outside of the box. And then once you hear the answer, you're just like, oh God, how that was so simple. But it's not simple to try to figure out what they're requesting. I remember one of them was giving me so many problems. That's the link to Very Carey's. For example, the word tall, Tall, was written, and she shows the word tall, Tall, but it's like the letters are real stretched out. So you have to you have to decipher what they're trying to tell you. The letters are real long. No, wait a minute. No. Oh shit. See, I got it wrong trying to explain it to you. I didn't have my brain teasers this morning. There's a word. The word was chair, and the letters were real tall. Just the word chair. What were they trying to get you to figure out on that? Hey, nappy child. And the word was chair. Hey, room shaker. Red wing hockey. Did I miss anybody? Can you hear me? The word is chair, and the letters are real long. Hey, Jess Andrea. Treasure been live this morning. Oh, I didn't even know. I'm gonna have to go over there. Or were you watching the one from last night? TC, shut up. TC, hush. TC, hush. Hush, TC. Because I'm mad that you were the one who got that. And I couldn't get that from nothing. Okay, you were watching the one from last night. He was live last night. Nobody can guess that? The word chair. And the letters were to the word chair were like, you know, they were from the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen. And it just said chair. What were they trying to get us to think that was? Ding, 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 ding. Yes, a high chair. So she does those type of brain teasers to get the brain working in the morning. Page 911. I were you are no, I'm not gonna ask you. Very Carey. Is Page 911 one of the people who is in your chat? Maybe they could be in the clouds. I don't know. Yes, strictly platinum. I couldn't figure that out for nothing. And as soon as that dang on TC said it, I was like, oh, of course. Grand Rising is strictly platinum. So I dropped Very Carey's link in the chat. I can't believe happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jess Andrea. Happy birthday to you. Hopey, Soapy, don't be a hater. you ain't shit. You are not shit, Soapy. I thought that sounds kind of okay. I appreciate you. Just type it, Ronnie Q. You know that's what that's what your fingers are for. That's what you do in everyone else's chat. The next time you get a singing bug, just type the lyrics in the chat. It's not like you have to do that much typing anyway, because you don't know half of the lyrics of the songs that you're trying to sing anyway. Oh my God. Happy 50th AARP B Day. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, TC. So Happy birthdays all around. Okay, so trial watch. Give her, and if you're not subscribed to these ladies, just go over there and subscribe. Uh, well, Carrie does have her 1,000, but I don't think that Demetra has her 1,000 on her trial watch. I could be wrong. Let me see. Go over there and support these sisters. Carrie does have her 1,000, of course. Of course. Let me see. Oh, she does have her 1,000. Demetra does have her 1,000 on trial watch. Okay. So now, okay. So it seems like after 7 days, it's vacation time. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, I'm brewing the country. Vacation, I need to go float to Florida. Dun, 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 dun. Vacation happening after 7 days. Vacation, get up out of my face. Vacation, I'm a lonely soul. Dun, 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 dun. Who's on vacation already? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. So you guys have guessed that. You guys have. Is there anything that you guys, any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have? Oh, I never said what the hell I wanted to say. Really, Ronnie Q? Really, Ronnie Q? I thought we had an understanding, Ronnie Q. Really? Really, girl? Okay. I forgot to say what I wanted to say to QB on yesterday. QB of the Midwest, don't do me. Don't come for me. Do not come for me, QB of the Midwest. Uh, but there was something. Oh, QB, let's keep it 100. I I do commentary and people may get mad, but if I'm digging on somebody, they've started with me first. So it's just not like I'm an attack dog or anything. But if people try me and then what am I supposed to do, QB? Am I supposed to Ronnie Q get into it? Ronnie QB, she be dragging it. What well I it's not like I come out and just decide to drag everybody. But if they drag me, am I supposed to just sit here with my fingers crossed? QB, is that what I'm supposed to do? You know, I don't understand it. I can get these uh subscribers on their troll pages, dropping down and writing things in my chat about me not supporting Stomp Down when he was the only one who were taking up for her, and she didn't even when I was right there in the chat. Well, and they're writing this on a post of me sharing out his live where he actually was talking about it, but they are on their troll pages, being dumb holes as usual, saying that I didn't show up on his live where he was supporting me. On the actual post where I shared out his live. These people are so transparent and dumb. Transparent and dumb. Wait a minute. Hey, Rose Bennett. I was going to drop your link, but I could not find it. It is good to see you, Grand Rising Rose Bennett. Uh, Rose, there have been a lot of prayers going up for you. I appreciate you for supporting my channel. I don't see you in green today, but I'm gonna let listen. I'm just being silly. I do appreciate you and all the support that you have given my channel, and we are praying for God to God to intervene, and I hope you're feeling better soon. Um, it is good to see you. Okay. I don't see Jill. Oh, there she is. Grand Rising, Jill. Kashana, uh, I don't look at them I don't look at them as transparent. I look at them as predictable. Emphasis on the dict, predictable. Now, what is Red Wing Hockey talking about? Very Carrie, I'm using the term coined by Ronnie Q, you dumb bitch, today. I hope you're not going to go to work using it. I know you're usually on your way to work this morning. I mean, in the morning. Don't go to work using my term. I think I'm going to at this point, I really think I'm going to have to get some merch. Okay. So let me see what else. What else is going on? What else is going on? Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I'll talk about it with you. If not, I always have a little other things that we can run through. So I did not see this. Let me see, what is this? That's not the one. Oh, I did not see this. Hold on. Let me see what this is about. Okay. Now, did you guys hear about the stock market falling on yesterday? Did you guys hear about that? Ronnie Q, I work with good people, but I drive big trucks. I cuss out the traffic. Okay, that's acceptable. That's acceptable. Still didn't see the keychains. Bernice, did you email me? Bernice, go to the community wall on the members page. The members page has their own community wall, and I'm sending out. I'm actually sending out one either today or tomorrow. So go to the community wall, and there's in the members only section. You do not have to let me know that you're Bernice. That's where you'll get my email address, because I'll know you're a member because you are emailing me about a keychain. So you do not have to let me know you're Bernice. You do not have to give me your first name. Just you can put a first initial, a last name, and whatever address you would like to send it to. I have the afros. I have the top row. the middle row, that's more of a braided or dread style hairstyle, or the bottom row, the Afro puffs. So get with me and give me that information, and I will get one out to you. Okay? I didn't know you hadn't seen them. I give those out to all of my members as a show of gratitude and thanks to you for joining my members only. Rich Rising, Max, Boogie, and if you want one, that's how you contact me. I will automatically know you're a member because you're getting my email off the membership live. So that's what you do. So treasure, Grand Rising Treasure Lane. So happy to see you. All I really want is to be happy. To find a love like mine, you would be so free. Oh, I could have typed that because see, I didn't know the words. I got the words screwed up. Let me quit. Let me quit messing with Sophie. That's the only reason I did it. No. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, who knows what that 127 days was on my thumbnail what represented? And Renee was like, okay, Rascal, come get your mama. Rascal ain't even in here. Rascal's like, after yesterday, you on your own, girl. Are you in here, Rascal? Oh, that's Saucy. Saucy. Oh, she's in here. That's Saucy. I got the lights out and I can just see the glint of the whiteness in their hair. I thought that was I don't know. Rascal is black and white and Saucy's all white. And I saw a little white over there, and then that's her little self. Maybe he's in here too. I don't know. Let me see if he's in here. I know how to see if he's in here. Nope, he's not in here. All I have to do is stand up out of my desk chair, not my wheelchair, and he'll come running and so I know he's not in here. Okay. Yes. What does that represent, TC? 172 days. Did it say 127? I thought it said 172. Let me see. What does it say? Did I do a typo? 172. Y'all don't know what that represents? They don't even like your singing. I never. Yeah, 172. Hey, Kings Mina. That didn't sound right. I saw a little white in here. I was like, what did I come into? A little white. Please. I don't even want a little white. I just I don't want a little brown, black, or anything. I don't want it. I don't want it. Now, vote on Congress? Jake Smith, Grand Rising. No. No, but we're waiting on you to tell us. Okay. Show and tell. I'm going to show you. Ooh, show and tell. Just a game I play when I want to say it's going wrong. Oh, show me and tell me if you feel the same way too. Yes, you do, baby. Okay, let's see what Ronnie Q is talking about uh, instead of her singing about. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Uh, do you see the sign behind her with the white guy on the sign? How many days? Do you have a clue now what I'm talking about? Do you see the sign behind her? So I'll refresh your memories.
This committee has instead spotlighted what Project 2025 would offer: chaos and corruption. However, we would be ignoring a critical component of Project 2025 if we did not address the fact that its creators have been secretly peddling a quote 100-day playbook unquote that contains executive orders and emergency actions to roll out in the first hours of a second Trump presidency. Instead of sharing this plan with the public, an indictment of your dangerous policy plans in and of itself, those behind Project 2025 claim it is too controversial to release. Ms. Guna Sakara, yes or no? As a main author of Project 2025, are you aware of this playbook or quote unquote fourth pillar? And remember, you are under oath.
Yeah, and it's online on the website.
Can you please detail what exactly it calls for?
I think you explained it pretty well. It is a plan of action so that when Republicans and conservatives have another chance at a next administration, there's not lost time, and so that there is a plan ready to go.
I don't know if that was specific enough. You are under oath. Can you please detail what exactly it calls for, this fourth pillar, this 180-day playbook? Please detail what it calls for.
Again, I'd reiterate what I just said, that I think you summarized it quite well. It includes a plan of action on day one so that
you didn't
Republicans...
say anything, and that's the problem. What is the plan of action?
It's to institute a more conservative vision on things that the American people want, because they're experiencing all of these hardships caused by the chaos and corruption of the Biden-Harris administration.
Reclaiming my time. I find it hard to believe that you don't know details of the 100-day playbook, but there's one person that definitely knows: Kevin Roberts, the president of the Heritage Foundation, and that is why, as co-founder of the Stop Project 2025 Task Force, alongside Representative...
Now, I think you guys are familiar with those things. We talked about them. So now we are 7 days in. Now, those are only a few of the things that have been done to totally screw up the checks and balances of our government, and to, in my opinion, to open the gate up for fraud in our government, for put a whole lot of chickens, a whole lot of fox. What is it? Fox is a chicken. What is it? Fox in the hen house. A whole lot of foxes in the hen house, so they can get away with all these high-priced eggs. So, did you see anything stating what was done to get the cost of food down? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's what I was talking about. Please just stop. Please stop. She said Juneteenth. Yeah, please, June. By the time we get to February, I think Juneteenth may be revoked. Okay, so y'all, so what do you guys think about these first 7 days? The first 7 days. Let me see. And does he think that he's Jesus Christ or something? So this is crazy. All of these things have happened. Some of them in the darkness of night with cover. So after 7 days of this book shiggity, as somebody said, Paulette Waters said,
destroying our international alliances and crashing out, as Donald Trump was destroying our international alliances and crashing our stock market, spending most of the day playing golf. Once again, hiding in Miami, golfing, because that's basically all he does. He does that, and he makes social media posts over and over again. Oh, and by the way, he forced all of the MAGA Republican Congress members to show up to his resort in Doral in Miami. He made them all pay for hotel rooms to further grift and enrich himself. And then he forced them to eat food that had his name on it, like these Trump mini burgers. I'm not making this up. He forced the MAGA Republican Congress members to eat food that had his name on it. They are not going to get away from those cult allegations anytime soon. By the way, over the weekend when Donald Trump was on Air Force One, when he was telling the reporters how he just wants to basically get rid of Gaza and just clean it all out, I think was the words he used, just get rid of it and clean it all out. He had told the press pool that he's not going to be golfing on Monday because he is busy. Of course, he is a massive liar. There he was golfing, and more golfing as prices went up and more up. Gas prices up, price of coffee up, stock market crashing and down, Trump's meme coin down, the NASDAQ composite down, the cost of eggs up, housing not more affordable, but far less affordable as mortgage rates climb and go up. So what was...
Okay, so I'm going to give you this link if you're interested. Here you go. Okay, so now, is there anything beef sector worthy to talk about? Child, some people are mad. Some people are big angry. Some people are so upset. They're about to type their fingernails off. They are about to type their fingernails off, giving commentary and everything. Giving commentary about what goes on in Lipstick Alley, or what's not going on in Lipstick Alley, shall I correct myself. Some people are so angry. You guys are biased. You guys are biased. What do you think they're saying they're biased about over in Lipstick Alley? What do you think that they feel that they're biased about? Maybe they're just not fuck bitches who are actually typing in Lipstick Alley. Let's be clear. Maybe they're just not fuck bitches. And maybe the ones who are angry about it are. What do you think that they are fighting about? Hey, Derail Baron, Derail. What are you derailing? You always changing your name. Okay, y'all don't want to talk about that. I'm trying to converse with you. I'm trying to not go into the politics early, but I guess I'm going to have to go into the politics early. Am I? Hey, Jill. Okay, don't forget. Listen, please don't forget. This Friday on my channel, y'all hear that? Write it down. Write it down. Write it down, Cloud Watchers, on Ronnie Hughes' channel at what time? At 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure you write that down so you can hate watch from the clouds and give me my numbers. I appreciate the hate watching and giving me my numbers. You bitches always come through. So we will be doing crafting and conversation with our cameras on. I tell you. Why would I turn on my camera? Because I'm crafting and I'm conversing. You know, the things that you're afraid to do from the clouds as you just give me my numbers. Okay, so we're going to be crafting and conversing on my channel. We are going to make this lantern, and you need to have a flameless candle. They sell They sell this type at the Dollar Tree, and they sell the little tea lights at the Dollar Tree. Or you can get one of those push lights that you just push the light bulb and it comes on, and you can throw it in the glass. Flameless, because the stuff that we're making this out of is flammable. So you cannot use a real candle. You need to get some greenery. We're doing Valentine's Day 3 themed crafts, but these obviously this can be used for many different occasions, or just straight up, hey, it's summertime, it is straight up fall. So I'm trying to give you some flexibility, but since we're doing holiday crafts, I'm gonna adjust it for Valentine's Day with the greenery I use. Please pre-paint your pieces so that they will be dry. uh, you see, one is brown, one is white. Just pre-paint them. You don't have to use spray paint. You can use whatever type of paint. Just make sure it's dry when you show up Friday, because you will not be able to maneuver it with wet paint. That's the only reason I ask you. Come out and craft with us and converse with us. The supply list is on my flyer on my wall. It is the first post uh, on the flyer. Is pinned to the top. All of these things can be purchased at the Dollar Tree. Come out and craft with us and converse. And if you're not going to craft with us, just come out and converse. I'm telling you, it can be quite, that is not, Jill, Jill, Jilly, 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 Jilly. Chili, chili, chili. This is such a simple project. When you get done with this project, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is so easy. And don't forget, Chili, you can get some chalk paint and paint it with chalk paint. You don't have to use spray paint. You can just simply, you have enough time to just get some chalk paint, do 2 layers of chalk paint on it, let it dry. You're ready for the competition. Why am I saying competition? It's not a competition. We're just talking and chatting and crafting. Uh, that's right, Ronnie Q. That's why I gave you a different option, Jill. You can get some craft paint and just paint it with the craft paint. Too late. Hey, between pages. Between pages, aren't you a crafter as well? I think you are. Am I wrong? You saw me out there spray painting Ron Q. I am. So your second layer on the track should be that much easier. And speaking of which, I better get my ass out there and paint mines, and I'm not gonna be ready. Shoot. You reminded me. I'm gonna get out there today. Between pages, why don't you craft with us? You don't have to. You don't have to come on camera, girl. You can set your camera up where it only shows your craft table, but it may show your chin if you have to bend over and pick up um, your glue gun, and you will be ridiculed. Okay, but and also the next day, go over to DC Kool-Aid's page. We're going to be making these gumball or candy dishes. So please join us. This one, let me see. She's, I think, in 1, 2, 3. I think that's $4 at the Dollar Tree, not including the candy. So maybe it's $5 or $6. Well, they are $1.25 now, so maybe it's $7.50 to make this project. So come out and craft with us. She has her flyer on the wall. This craft will be done on DC Kool-Aid's page. Come out and craft with us. Had me out there freezing. I'm already ready. If you stay ready, doom, 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 you don't have to get ready. Stay sucker free, Jill. If you stay ready, doom, 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 You don't have to stay. Oh, you don't have to get ready. Hey, Church Mouse. Thank you for helping me meet my goals, goals, goals. QB kills me with that shit. Oh, you guys didn't guess when I asked you where did that come from? Goals, goals, goals. That comes from QB. And I just be like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, it's Jay. Hey, it's Jay. Grand Rising. Have you been having a song for everything lately? And I love it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I think Dr. Soapy is just a straight up hater. I love that. I think you're talking about the gumball machine. That is such a good idea. Such a good idea. Now, I bought that was a flower pot, a upside down uh flower pot, and the lid for this is the saucer that goes under the flower pot, and the little ball for the top to the gumball. I think that's one of those little ping pong ball sets. They sell them in a bag of six at the dollar store. Now I already had that little flower pot. I had little flowers. I had three or four of them, and recently, of course, my flowers don't just continue to grow, and they're not going to continue to grow in that small pot. But I had to dump the dead flowers out of that flower pot, and then I was outside and I was letting the dogs tinkle, and I would let the dogs out to tinkle, and then one of them got a hump in his back, and their tail went up, and then I had to go back in, and I had to go get the poop bag, and then I was coming back in with a roll of two poop bags in my hands, and I looked and I saw the flower pot sitting upside down, and there's a hole in the middle of the flower pot. So I took that roll of poop bags and I put it on the table, and I threaded one of the bags on there. They come in a roll; they're connected, and I threaded one of the bags in there, and now I was using it as my poop bag holder. So it looks like a little look like a little Kleenex, but it's a poop bag. And it is so convenient. Now I'm gonna have to find my other ones because I cannot uh, deal without my poop bag, because sometimes these little creatures are unpredictable. So and you get your candy. I love that. I love this project. I can't wait to do hers more than mine. I'm telling you. So get your supplies and come craft with us. I think Church Mouse, is that what you were talking about? Or were you talking about you love that uh, I have a song for everything? Or were you talking about the gumball thing? I didn't think you were talking about me having a song for everything. Okay. Okay. So let's okay, now for hey Doreen is blessed. Grand Rising. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Okay. Oh, you mean the goals. Goals, goals. Oh, I didn't sing it for you. I gotta sing goals, goals. I think I need two more goals. And you guys can have, yes, I need two more goals. And you guys can ask me, we can do a question and answer session. Uh Fans in the clouds, please get a notepad and a I say a pencil, so you can write any questions down, so you can have them at your disposal. Okay, okay. She was talking about the project, not your say. No, she was talking about goals. See there? I love watching you guys craft. It is fun. It really is fun. I've been listening, finished walking the dogs, uh, now the grandbaby. So you have a busy early morning. And you see how people really, really love your project. That is such a, that's going to be such a fun. And DC Kool-Aid, you remember what was that Friday? You asked me, did I buy the candy too? And I told you, well, I got the candy if I don't eat it. And so I had the chocolates, and they were hard, so they were kind of big. So it wasn't a lot of them in the bag. You understand what I'm saying? Girl, I didn't ate one bag of the chocolates, so I'm gonna have to go back and get some more candy for to fill up my gumball machine. Okay, and also, what's good about our crafts, even that even the gumball machine, you can make it for any occasions. Uh, Understand, we're just concentrating on the next holiday that's coming up. Our next crafting and conversations, we're going to combine two. We're going to combine Easter. You can do our craft with an Easter theme, and we're going to combine Mother's Day. So we're trying to be cautious of trying to get things that you guys can change out however you want, or create for whatever, a birthday, Christmas, the fall, the 4th of July. We're trying to be do things that are not so specific that you can use at any holiday, or just in general for every day. So we're trying to be conscious of that. I miss y'all at Jill. Don't eat the candy, darn it. Oh my God. I miss y'all at Jill's. I had a really busy day at work. Well, it's not on Jill's Comfort Zone, it's on JCZ Crafts. Let me pull up her page. I'll pull up her page and drop the link in here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for Jill's Comfort Zone, and this is where she does her crafting, her cooking, uh, her life. I think this is more of her lifestyle, her organization, all of those things. Go over there and subscribe to Jill's backup page if those are things that you're interested in. She does not beef on that page, no beefing. She is over there doing lifestyle things, and showing you how you can better organize and all these types of things on this channel. So go over there and subscribe to Jill if you like those things. Let's support our sister Jill. Now, Jill, I should be able to steal your content. Now, at least I dropped your damn link. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding, Jill. I am just kidding. Thank you, Doreen. Bless. How are you doing, hon? I know that, Ronnie Q. I can get to watch because. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. No more comments. Okay, let's talk about what's going on in the real world, since you guys don't have anything to ask, say anything. Uh, let's start right here. Okay, here we're gonna go. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Did you guys hear about this? So I'm pretty sure you guys see all of the immigrants who have been uh, carted off to their different countries. I'm sure you guys see this clown show that they're putting on. Not for nothing. something does need to be done about immigration. But this whole production to, in my opinion, to make it seem like more is going on than what's really going on. Let's be clear that they chartered planes. They have been charting planes to send immigrants back all during the Biden administration. I heard that there were over 200,000 immigrants during Biden administration who were taken out of the United States and back to their country on chartered planes. But no, but no, 45, 47 had to go and use military planes. I did tell you that act he enacted uh, to basically call them spies to the country, and therefore he could use the military to waste. I mean, he just gave Hedgewich the key to the $850 billion war cabinet, chess cabinet money for the Pentagon. So of course, let's blow money, doom, 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 blow money. Yeah, we got money to blow. So what he did was he put these his first round of people who were going to Colombia and Mexico, he put them in Colombia. He used 2 military planes. Now he could have bought some first class tickets. He surely could have bought some first class tickets and sent every one of them home first clear class, cheaper than what it cost them to use these military planes. So he had 2. And then he said the reason he had 2 is the reason he was not had 2. The reason why he was using these military planes was that, he can get more people on the plane and get this done faster. So when the military planes got to Colombia, they was like, nope, you cannot fly, you cannot land your military plane. So they had to go, I think, somewhere in what was it? Oh, they had to divert the flights. I can't remember where they diverted the flights to. So that's more flying. So you know how much it was costing them to use these military planes? I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was over $25,000 an hour. So, more of the story is he could have flown them under with by purchasing $200 tickets on a regular airline. Could have done that, $200 a piece, and got them home. The total cost to fly these 2 military planes over there and to have to divert and come back and go back to Colombia and fly home. So he told them once they rejected him, he said that he was going to put a 25% tariff on Colombia. And he said, in a week, I'm going to turn it up to a 50% tariff. And what did Colombia say? I'll let you see for yourself. So the moral of the story is, in total, it costs almost over $500,000 to deliver these people back to Colombia. But how many people were there? How now he could have gotten it done for like $38,000 if he had brought them a regular plane ticket. I don't know how much it would have cost for the charter planes that they usually use. See, because they have been doing this and they had made no fanfare in the Biden administration. It's not like something has started. This is a continuing effort that has always been going on. This has always been going on. It's not like nobody was sending them back. They wanted you to believe that nobody was sending them back. But I do believe that something. I'm not saying this and saying nothing needs to be done. But he said they were all criminals on there. And you got some old people. This lady, daddy, who been here for 30 years, he got swooped up and stuff. And a lot of them saying, one guy said he will come back. He has to come back. So, and another lady said that she had been here for 2 years and she was in, how does Stump Down say it? Hey, Stump Down, Arkansas. She was in Arkansas and she said for 10 years and she said, no, me never coming back. No, me never coming back. She's like, no. And I was like, bitch, if you was in Arkansas, I mean, not Kansas. If you were in Arkansas, I know you ain't coming back. Uh, nothing, no shade to Arkansas, but I can see why she doesn't want to come back. It's not worth it to come back. I'm just saying. So they wasted all of that money. That's my point. Fuck the country. Wow. Yes. I'm doing my locks and listening. Okay. Ronnie Q, did you see? Yes. I'm gonna get to that. Yes, I'm gonna get to that. So now he said that these were all criminals, but he was keeping America safe. That's what he said. So let's jump over to this. Nappy Child, we on the same page, girl. I'm gonna share my screen with you. Let me see. Let me find it. I already had it. Okay, here it is.
Fatally pew-pewed by police during a traffic stop gone wrong. January 6 insurrectionist just pardoned by Donald Trump has been fatally pew-pewed by police during a traffic stop gone wrong after the man resisted arrest and had weapons in his car. The man's name was Matthew Huddle, and this was in Jasper County, Indiana. During the traffic stop, the man resisted arrest and then had an altercation with the police officer. The man was armed and fatally wounded by police. The man had previously been charged with misdemeanor offenses for his role in January 6th. He was at the Capitol with his uncle, who's listed in this indictment, Indiana man sentenced to prison for assaulting law enforcement with a dangerous weapon during Jan 6 Capitol breach, so I guess it runs in the family. Here's more on what his uncle did on January 6th. Remember, the two of them were together. Huddle then assaulted a second MPD officer by forcibly jabbing his flagpole at the officer, striking the officer and causing the officer to fall down a set of stairs. As other officers attempted to pull the fallen officer to their feet, Huddle continued to jab the officers with the flagpole. After these assaults, the police line temporarily regained control of the situation. Huddle, however, remained at the front of the police line and berated and taunted police officers. Unfortunately, we could probably...
Okay. I think that was it. Okay, yeah, that was it. So I dropped the link for that. So he's keeping us safe by putting these people back out on the street. Hey, DVD. So that's the link to that. Now Doreen is saying the military craft was thought to be cheaper than a coach, and that it was used but backfired. No, it was not thought. They knew that. They knew the cost of that. And did I say how many people that they transported back in these two military aircraft? That when questioned, why did you use the military aircraft? Because we could get more people on them. In these two military aircraft, how many people do you think that they took back to Colombia? How many people in these two military aircrafts? 160 people. 120 of them was in one aircraft. So did they need a whole nother military aircraft to send the other 40 back? No, it was just a big shit of money. And let's not forget he has fired his inspector generals. 12 inspector generals after midnight on Friday. What are their jobs? Is to be watchdogs over different administration and look for waste, fraud, and abuse. such as in the Pentagon, with the $850 billion budget, that they just shitted out away nearly $600,000 to repatriate 160 people back to their own country. Are we clear? I mean, do we see what's going on? And he did not fire these inspector generals until after head Pete the weekend host from Fox News was confirmed. A loyalist. Are we clear? Okay. Let me see what you're saying. Yeah, this is some crazy shit. Okay. So now let's see who else let's see what other ways that he's keeping us safe. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see who else he is keeping us safe. How else he is keeping us safe.
Folks, it's been a long day. We're getting new news now about the criminals that Donald Trump released onto the streets with his more than 1,500 pardons of January 6th insurrectionists. Spoiler alert, it's not going great, TikTok. So one of the MAGA insurrectionists who was convicted of pepper spraying police officers and striking them with a metal, quote, whip-like device. Yes, I'm reading that directly here from the filing during the January 6th attack, is now still at large for, get this, a 2016 solicitation charge involving a minor. Here's Trump's guy right over here. That's Andrew Tate or Taki or Take. I don't know how you say his name. Not important. But that's him. If you see him, you can let the authorities know. He was released from federal custody last week after Trump issued his pardons. And here's the thing. He had been serving a 6-year prison sentence for his January 6th actions. But not only that, he was out on bond on allegations of soliciting a minor when she was under 17 years old, with the expectation that the victim would, quote, engage in sexual contact with him at the time. So this guy had originally been free on a $20,000 bond, which was revoked in September 2021. So then he was sentenced for January 6th. And then Donald Trump released this guy back onto the streets, and the prison did not hold him back due to these other crimes. That was despite the existence of pending state warrants against him. So now the Harris County Sheriff's Office is saying that the resources that it will take to find this guy are huge. Yet despite the significant resources, they say that they are working every day to track him down. They said the following: know that we are already in the process of tracking Tak down, Take, as he must answer for the 2016 charge of soliciting a minor online. Just only the best people with Trump, huh? Follow us now for more updates.
Okay, I dropped the link for that story. Now, don't you feel safe? Don't you feel safe? Don't you feel that even your children could go out among the world, can do their homework online? You don't have to make sure some perv is trying to come on to them and all. Don't you feel safe? Now, how is it that he has a warrant out and even the prison wouldn't hold them with the knowledge? They'd have held your black ass. They would have held your black ass. I'll be damned about your pardon for something else. Do you think that you would have just been able to get out of prison? I guess it was like shit. If he's pardoning him for doing what he did on January 6th, surely he'll pardon him for this little crime that we got on the book about harming children. So we may as well let him out. Shit, don't spend no more money putting him in and out. Go on and put him free, because if we hold him, shit, we may lose our motherfucking jobs. We may lose our jobs. Speaking of losing their jobs, did you see that they fired yesterday 6 career of officials at the Department of Justice that worked on the case against Donald Trump. Did you guys see that? Let's see what they got fired as of right now. That's what the email said. Let me find. Let me read to you. Here we go. I'm gonna share the story with you guys. No, that's the wrong one. This is about the inspector generals who does oversight about waste, fraud, and abuse. You know, they are really concerned about waste, fraud, and abuse. I'll tell you the other story. The Trump administration has fired about 17 independent inspector generals at a government agency, a sweeping action to remove oversight of his new administration. That some members of Congress are suggesting violated federal oversight laws. Who wants oversight? We got $850 billion budget in one agency alone. Who wants oversight? The missile began Friday night and were effective immediately, according to 2 people familiar with the action. They spoke on condition of anonymity to provide details that have not been made public. Neither confirmed the exact number of firings, but an email sent by one of the fired inspector generals said that roughly 17 inspectors generals had been removed. Trump confirmed the move in a conversation. Hold on. With a reporter aboard Air Force One on Saturday, claiming that it's a very common thing to do. He said he said he would put good people in there that would be very good. I'll put good people in there that would be very good. Okay, Congress was not giving the legally required 30-day notice about the removal, something that even top Republicans are decrying. So by law, if he was going to remove them, he had to give Congress a 30-day notice that he was going to remove them and specific reasons why. He did not do that. I can see this is another case destined for the courts. So I'm going to drop the link to this article about the inspector generals, the people who are in charge of oversight. These are nonpartisan people who are, it's not like a political position. They are making sure that there's no waste, fraud, and abuse. You know, the thing that they likes to talk about so much. So now let's talk about the Justice Department. I'm going to share this with you. Hold on one second. The Justice Department. The firings at the Justice Department. Here we go. Okay. Trump Justice Department says it has fired employees involved in the prosecutions of the president. They're not trying to be coy about it. Just because they were involved in the prosecution of the president, I thought that he signed an executive order that the Justice Department will not be to stop the weaponization of the Justice Department. This kind of sounds like he's weaponizing himself against his own Justice Department. But just because he did something that he was actually found to be at least, I mean, when they investigated him, it wasn't like they were like, okay, we didn't find nothing. No, he was set up for trial for the things that the Justice Department found. So it seems like retribution for sure. Let's continue. The Justice Department said Monday that it had fired more than a dozen employees who worked on criminal prosecutions of President Donald Trump, moving rapidly to pursue retribution against lawyers involved in the investigations and signaling an early willingness to take action favorable to the president's personal interests. The abrupt termination targeted career prosecutors, not career prosecutors. So, like you're a lawyer and you get a job working for a company, and this company is involved in litigation against Pepsi or whatever. These are not these are just lawyers. They just got a job and they get their marching orders of what they need to do and it's not like they're sitting up there like, oh, these people have been through Republican administration and Democrat uh uh and Democratic presidents. They administrations. They have been in. They're not political appointees. These are people who just are doing the job that is before them. And if you don't want them to do their jobs that's before them, don't put yourself in a position to be investigated by them. But okay, the abrupt termination targeting career prosecutors who worked on special counsel Jack Smith's team is the latest sign of upheaval inside the Justice Department and is consistent with the administration's determination to purge the government of workers it perceived as disloyal to the president. Remember when we were talking about that Project 2025 thing? And we were talking about what is now they say they're going to make the federal government more of a merit-based hiring meritocracy, which means merit-based. But it's nothing is merit-based about any of the things they do. And that's why they removed DEI, which was discriminatory. And they're going to and they want people to hunt out and show us who was a DEI hire, even after the DEI program was already dismantled prior to him taking office. Let's be clear. But even so, they're trying to say that everything is going to be merit based, but not so much here. This is straight up retribution, and they are glad to tell you exactly what it is. We talked about Project 2025 said that they were going to remove people from their position and install loyalists in those positions. We talked about this. We've already talked about this. So we got okay. So here we go. Let me continue. Okay. The norm-shattering move, which follows the reassignment of multiple senior career officials across the division. So not only did he fire around or at least 12, he also changed the positions and the jobs that some senior career officials were doing to some lower level positions. Remember, I was talking about Woodrow Wilson when he segregated the United States government, and that's what happened to the black people in the segregation. They could only get menial jobs, so senior officials have been transferred to menial jobs. Why? In hopes that they will quit, the ones that he didn't fire. Oh, who's going to go from a senior position at the whim of him because he did things that got him indicted? Who's okay? So let's be clear. The norm-shattering move was made even though rank-and-file prosecutors by tradition remain in the department across presidential administration and are not punished by virtue of their involvement in sensitive investigations. The firings are effective immediately. Okay. So today, acting attorney general. Let's not, he doesn't even have his real attorney general in yet. This blonde down here, Pam Bondi from Florida, that's who they are trying to get in as the attorney general. And in her confirmation, her when she was asked questions, she is obviously a loyalist, because what was that question they asked her about? Would she go after people like Jack Black, the lead prosecutor in the documents case, is about all the documents they found in Florida? She would not answer the question if she would go after him for retribution. So the acting attorney general, James Henry, terminated the employment of a number of DOJ officials who played a significant role in prosecuting President Trump, said a statement from Justice Department official. In light of their actions, this is a quote. In light of their actions, the acting attorney general does not trust these officials to assist in faithfully implementing the president's agenda. They're not loyalists. We don't trust these officials to assist in faithfully implementing the president's agenda. This action is consistent with the mission of ending the weaponization of government. This action is consistent with the mission of ending the weaponization of government, as they weaponize the executive branch of government. You see what they did there? I'm going to drop this link for this story. So you guys, let me see what you guys think about that. Here's this link. Not much. Here's this link for that story. Hey, Mickey, I suspect that his concept of good people means white people. Unfortunately, I suspect that as well. Lord, this is the 8th day. Yes, this is only the 8th day. So thus, there's been a lot of things done in these first 7 days. So we're just on day 8. It's early. I don't know where we have 172 days. Don't forget that the Project 2025 has a 180-day plan that they plan. I played that first video, how they want to make sure that the president is ready to roll on day 1. We're on day 7. We're on day 8. This is all some of the things that happened in the first 7 days. The first 7 days. We're on day 8. Did you think that he sat down and had to have any thoughtful thought to do all of these things? Or does it seem like these things came from Project 2025? Do you think that? Okay, so let's look at this. Well, let's listen to this. I want to give you, can you guys see that good? Expand your screen so you can see that as you listen to this.
This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this,
Hold on, let me get past this commercial.
years to learn, but I'm going to teach you.
Frightening. My Republican colleagues very often like to quote Dr. King. I don't know, maybe for some faux civil rights credibility or to pervert his words to suit your extremist needs, while working actively to undermine his legislative legacy. Republican attacks on the EOC are part of their broader efforts to weaken civil rights protections. One of their goals plainly laid out in Project 2025, a 1,000-page bucket list of extremist policies. Mr. Berry, Chapter 18 of the Project 2025 manifesto is about the Department of Labor. And you are the author of that chapter, correct?
Lead author, yes. There's others too.
Yes, you are. I believe the American public should know exactly how you and the Republican majority that invited you to testify today want to sabotage the EOC, rewrite the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and push all of us back to an era of Jim Crow racism. I'm shocked that my colleague across the aisle was in disbelief at our characterizations and assertions of racism and discrimination when even former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said the Republican side of the aisle looked like the most restrictive country club in America. We all know that Make America Great Again is about making America white only again. On the first page of Chapter 18, Project 2025 complains about how the Biden administration has been fighting for racial equity. On the next page, it calls for eliminating data collection on race and ethnicity in employment. On the page after that, it calls for rescinding an executive order signed in 1965 that prohibits discrimination in hiring by contractors. Mr. Berry, do these terrible ideas sound familiar?
They're great ideas.
These terrible ideas sound familiar? Of course they do. You came up with them. Mr. Berry, I find it shameful to advance a vision attacking the very policies and agencies that have helped Black Americans secure jobs, earn a living, and provide for our families. This Project 2025 plan is policy violence, plain and simple. Its authors have placed such a large target on the EOC because of the incredible work the EOC is doing today. Last year alone, the agency filed more than 27,000 charges of race-based discrimination. These workers and their families have a pathway to justice, accountability, and healing because of the policies and regulations that Project 2025 is trying to get rid of. Ms. Wiley, how would workers be harmed by Project 2025's commitment to undermining crucial protections that are enforced by EOC and other federal agencies?
Well, essentially, it guts the ability to both be able to have the rights and have enforcement and protection of the rights.
Okay, I dropped the link there for you. Please watch the rest of this. It's about maybe 3 more minutes. Okay, so, and in addition to that, he has put a freeze on the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, which means that some of those, which means that if you have a case pending, if you have a settlement pending, you're not going to get your settlement. They're putting a freeze on what is those like I know they have one in St. Louis, Missouri. Those police injunctions that the police have to work within the realms of the guidelines that the federal government has given them. What are those police degrees called? I forgot again. But because they have shown to be racially biased. Where's Breonna Taylor from? Kentucky. So, where's Breonna Taylor from again? That police department is under a federal decree because they have shown to be to work in racism. So they have been investigated and they have to do this. So that has been put on hold as well. So these are the things that are going on. Is that helping bring down the price of food though? Or anything like that? Back to my hair. This sister is speaking so correct about how Republicans pretend to love Martin Luther King. Of course she is. And don't forget they released Martin Luther King, allegedly released Martin Luther King's file. And what did they release? What I told you what they were going to release. If you were bored over here watching me, they released exactly what I told you they were going to release. All the things about his personal affairs. And not personal affair. I mean his love life or his hoeing around or whatever you like to call it. 2 pages of that. That's what they released. Nothing about any other investigation into who unalived him. They introduced some things that wanted to sully his character. That's what they introduced, and I told you that's what they were going to introduce. But it's just, it's not like I'm. If you pay attention, if you just pay attention, uh, you can understand what their next move is always going to be. Okay, so let's continue. I gave you those two links. Oh, what else? I think that's all I have. Wait a minute. One more. Did I give you guys? Yeah, I gave you guys that. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So, you guys have anything else that you want to? I may want to talk about the. Oh, okay. Okay, so you guys, a lot of you guys, I'm pretty sure you don't know about this guy who was in prison, who had a life sentence in prison, Ross Ulbricht. Have you guys heard about him? Now, I didn't know about him, and this is an interesting story. He got a pardon as well. Let's uh, let's talk about Ross Ulbricht. Okay, so listen, you understand that these people didn't do a lot of things, and they did. These jails are such horrible places. Let's listen.
At all, especially here in the
Let's listen to this man who got a pardon. Okay, one second. Let me get it on. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Such Network and Legal AF. I'm Michael Popok. Let me advance this story. Ross Ulbricht has been spending the last, he's been in jail for the last almost 20 years for operating the Silk Road website on the dark web in exchange for Bitcoin. He sold heroin, cocaine, and other illicit drugs.
What takes 7 minutes to cook, has up to 22 grams of protein,
sorry.
only 6 grams of net carbs, and is 100% plant.
Hold on, I'm sorry. So now we've all heard about forfeiture, where they take your money. They just did a big investigation at the Atlanta airport, where you go through security. They X-ray you, they have you take your shoes off, all of this stuff before you can get to the jet bridge to load your plane. But some black men were always being hemmed up in the jet bridge, where they know these people and have already went through this security and been told that they must go through their bags. They had DEA agents from different divisions and the FBI up there just pulling black people aside in the jet bridge and going through their shit, treating them like criminals in the jet bridge after they known they have gone through all of this airport security. And if they found money, so some people travel with large amounts of money. Some people travel up to the limit of $10,000, I think you can carry on a plane. And if it's legal, why can't they travel and choose to travel? I don't have a problem with people who use cash. You better be worried about, at this point of the game, putting all your money in something that can be taken away, because they're talking about, there is rumor that they are talking about getting rid of the FDIC, which secures your money in these banks. Why would they be doing that? So your money can be taken and the government not have to repay you your money. I digress. But so there was a big sting, and they have been kicked out of the airport. Some of the agents are being investigated who have been doing this. There are lawsuits, and they really fucked up when they profiled these two black comedians. I forget their names. And one of them is real light skinned. You've seen them on a lot of stuff. Google it. So this is what has been going on at the Atlanta airport. And they say some of these officers, because of where the Atlanta airport is, what county or whatever it's in, some of these officers didn't have jurisdiction to even be working there, because the airport is not technically in Metro Atlanta. So any of you guys who are in Atlanta, y'all know about that. So we know about forfeiture. And then they take your money and tell you have to come back to court. They steal your traveling money or whatever money you have on you, because they say they don't find any drugs on you, but they say that any cash on you there over a couple of $100, they suspect it of being some ill-gotten gain. So they confiscate your cash, and to the point where you have to come back to the state to get it. So let's say you are traveling with $1,200, $2,000 of cash. Are you going to take off your job, buy another ticket to go back to Atlanta to get $2,000? No, most people are like, fuck that. I ain't going back to Atlanta forever. The motherfuckers, I'm not going back to go to court to get my $800. So they are using the money to buy things for the police force. This forfeited cash. And many is there's people who are doing road trips who are getting their money forfeited. We know how forfeiture. We know how that works. We know that a lot of these cops, they are just out there hunting down money. The officers, of course, they're not doing that. They're just looking for rule breakers. Okay, so in short, we know that the government loves to take your cash. So let's hear about Robert Orbit. Okay.
And family have kept the flame alive and kept his entrepreneurial spirit alive while he was serving a life imprisonment plus 40-year sentence affirmed by the United States Supreme Court by selling non-fungible tokens, NFTs, other types of memes, raising millions and millions of dollars. Don't shed a tear for Ross Ulbricht. Shed a tear for the dozens of people who overdosed on his product, parents of which testified during his sentencing. This is one of the reasons he got life imprisonment plus 40 years. Donald Trump should have listened and read the transcript of the parents who testified, read the transcript of the government undercover agents who testified that Ross Ulbricht tried to hire what he thought was a hitman, turned out to be an undercover agent in order to try to take out an employee. Maybe if he had read those transcripts instead of just throwing up his hands during the pardon process and said, F it, which apparently is Donald Trump's mental process right now, he would not have pardoned Ross Ulbricht. But this is the most lawless president we've ever had. He is only a felon in chief with the same week, almost within hours of each other, completely disgrace and shame law enforcement by releasing from federal prison and the DC jail the most hardened, violent criminals during Jan 6 that beat and attacked law enforcement. Who does he think was on the other end?
And see, that's what is peculiar about this particular pardon, because this man was pardoned in the group of pardons of the January 6 people. They just tucked this pardon in. He was already in jail. He wasn't in jail because of the January 6 shit. He was in jail for what you just heard Mike Popak tell you he was in jail for. See, this is my point. This is my point. They just tucked him in, and when they were talking about different case, they tried to act like they were going to go by the merits of the case, and then he said, "You know how many? It was 1,500. It was 1,500 cases." And because the word had got out when they wanted to go over the cases with him, and he looked at the stack of folders and realized that they weren't executive orders that he needed to sign and not read, he said, "Fuck him. Fuck it. Do them all. Fuck." And this is one of the ones who was tucked in there. Let's continue.
end of the axes, of the baseball bats, of the police batons, of the bear sprays, law enforcement. Now you got Ross Ulbricht. Here's the question. When Ross Ulbricht was convicted, the government, pursuant to other statutes, is allowed to do what's called civil forfeiture. If you've got assets that you've acquired, either through money laundering or the operation of your criminal enterprise, that goes back to the U.S. government, U.S. Treasury. At the time, Ross Ulbricht had, listen to this number, 144,000 Bitcoin. That is how lucrative, because he only traded in Bitcoin, that's how lucrative his Silk Road coke and heroin distribution operation was. I mean, go big or go home, I guess. Too big to fail. 144,000 Bitcoin. Now, when he got picked up and convicted in 2014 and the forfeiture happened, Bitcoin was at an all-time low, $334 a Bitcoin. Now we know it's over 100,000. So the government sold that. The Treasury Department sold it and obtained $48 million. $48 million, a lot of money. But in today's dollars, it would be 18 billion. Some friends of Ross Ulbricht bought some of the Bitcoin at the discounted value, while at the same time complaining that the government had overreached and it was terrible that this pioneer of a cryptocurrency marketplace and against government regulation was being put in jail for life plus 40 years. I will reinforce one more time, a sentence that was affirmed by the United States Supreme Court. This is what happens when you sell coke and heroin, including to children. You try to hire a hitman. Now, the question is, will this very powerful Libertarian Party group, supported by the Ulbricht family that has millions of dollars, do they have a promise from Donald Trump to make restitution, to make reparations to Ulbricht, to give him back the millions or billions of dollars of Bitcoin that were forfeited?
In 2019, I was homeless.
Okay.
And now in 2024.
So I'll give you the link to this if you want to learn more about that. So they stuck him in with the January 6th pardons that they gave out. They ain't tell you about that on the national media. This is why you now the thing in Colombia, they said that what I hear on all the national media is that Colombia relented and let Trump bring these planes in. But what did let me see. Let's see what Colombia president really said. Let's see how this really worked out. Because Colombia was like, fuck you, motherfuckers. Shit. We'll send a plane and get our own people, and we'll charge you a 75% tariff. Motherfuckers. The fuck you talking about? We'll come get our own people. Okay. Hey, Queenie. I think this is the one. Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's play a little bit of this. But the national media, the for-profit media, wants you to believe that Colombia was some suckers. Colombia is actually sucker-free. Let's continue.
Hi, welcome to Street Politics. My name is Reese Waters. Shout out to all of our subscribers and members here on the channel. Now, here I was minding my own business, watching my team lose the NFC Championship game and America lose the AFC Championship game.
The announcement of that $500 billion. This only comes direct from Wiles. She told Elon Musk that he will be.
Got 2 more weeks of freedom. I'll go on social media and boom.
Elon Musk has been removed from the White House and no longer has direct access to Donald Trump, and instead must report to Donald Trump's chief of staff, Susie Wiles. Now, this is according to multiple reports, and that came directly from Susie Wiles. She told Elon Musk that he will be working across the street from the White House in the Eisenhower building, and that he must report to her and not to Donald Trump. Now, understand this. This only comes directly from Donald Trump. This is not a decision that Susie Wiles would make on her own, which means the partnership between Donald Trump and Elon Musk has taken a downward turn. Now, I suspect that if this report is true, this is because Elon Musk mocked Donald Trump's announcement of that $500 billion investment, suggesting that Stargate didn't have the money. Donald Trump didn't dare say anything directly to Elon Musk, but this makes sense that this would be his retribution. Now, these two are definitely headed to a falling out that is going to be spectacular. But right now, Elon Musk has been demoted a peg.
Actually, that's not even what I was referring to, but Elon, you got booted on your day off? On your day off? I can tell you this, it's not going to be the same across the street. No, it's not gonna be the same as it was over on this side of the street. Over there, they never have two things that go together. They have Kool-Aid, no sugar, peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger on your day off. No, what I meant was this.
So Trump and the Department of Homeland Security sends 2 U.S. military flights to Colombia deporting people. Colombia blocked the planes from landing, so Trump then threatened Colombia with tariffs. The White House then puts out a press release where they misspell Colombia, but in it, Trump puts a 25% tariff on all goods coming into the United States and then says that in 1 week, the 25% tariff will be raised to 50%. He also puts a travel ban and immediate visa revocations of Colombia government officials that are here in the United States and allies and supporters. Gustavo, the president of Colombia, then says, bet bitch, I'll send my fucking plane and pick up the deportees my damn self. But in response, I'm also going to impose a reciprocal 50% tariff. By the way, don't believe the fucking propaganda. This shit coming up here talking about Colombia's president backs down, offers to send presidential planes to repatriate deportees. The reality is that the president of Colombia said, I'm not going to allow you to treat my people this way. So if you're going to try to treat them in this way, I will bring a plane to pick up my people. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm still going to give you motherfucking tariffs. He also then said the U.S. cannot treat Colombian migrants as criminals. And that even though there were 15,660 Americans without legal immigration status in Colombia, he would never carry out a raid to return handcuffed Americans in the U.S.
Hey, MAGA, come here. If you haven't noticed yet, Mexico, Colombia, Canada, all these other countries that you thought were going to bend knee to Donald Trump and just let him fly military aircraft all over and land them in their countries and send whoever they want. No, they're laughing at us. They're not scared of us. They're not scared of Donald Trump. They think he's a little schoolyard bully, which is all he is. So congratulations on electing a clown who wants to do nothing but punish everybody that went after him before. He's like Michael Jordan. He took everything personal, and that's all the next 4 years is going to be about. Well, that and enriching, the billionaires that were front and center for his swearing in, Bezos, Musk, Zuckerberg, Tim Apple, or Tim Cook, whatever his name is. Like, all of them were sitting there. So the people that own all of us, the 5 or 6 of them, yeah, they're all in it with him. All you MAGA people on Instagram.
Stay safe on the road.
Okay, so I dropped the link. You can that is Reese Waters. Go over there and check him out. The rest of the story is intriguing. So now that's why I entitled my video Isolaion or Destruction. So we understand that these Colombia, Mexico, Canada are allegedly our allies. That's how it's supposed to be. And these are the people who 45, 47 is talking the most shit to. He ain't talking shit to nobody but our own allies. So is this a case of where he's going to really have the United States isolated even from our allies? Okay. So they said something about Starlink. Not Starlink. What was it? Stargate. So why did the stock market lose so much money on yesterday? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Nobody can tell me. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay. So why they lost so much money? Do you remember when I forget what company they were from? They met with Trump and they were talking about having the finances to up to $500 billion would it be dollars for their new AI operation that they were setting up. And then they got into a Twitter war because Elon Musk wrote a tweet out when he saw his competitors. Understand that Elon Musk is also working on an AI thing. So is Mark Zuckerberg. So it's like the race to the top, and everybody wants to be the best man. So Elon Musk threw shade when he saw them up there with the president. And then he was like, they don't even have the money. They're just talking stuff. They don't have that money. And then I forget what the other guy's name is. The other mega rich guy. He looks like he's about 32 years old. Or he could be a little older. But he was like, yeah, we got the money, da, da, da. So they got into a back and forth on Twitter. And then suddenly as you saw in the first part of the story, Elon Musk is no longer having a fucking office in the White House. He's actually across us after that Twitter war, where Elon Musk took the position above 45, 47 and start talking shit with people who 45, 47 obviously is trying to do business with or whatever. Elon Musk found himself on the outs across the street in the Eisenhower building. So that's when this relationship took a turn. Let's be clear. But why did the stock market lose so much money? So these people, the American people who are trying this AI, they are talking about they need $500 billion. You know that Elon Musk is a welfare queen, in my opinion. So they are racing each other. So this Stargate AI, they were talking about that. Let me see. They said that they need between $80 and $100 billion for Stargate. And yesterday, the stock market allegedly lost between $6 billion and $1 trillion. You know why? They need between 80 and $100 billion. But guess who did what? Guess who did what? China. We talked about the dominance of China. Didn't we talk about them yesterday? What China did, they came out with an AI that is supposed to be far more advanced than anything that Zuckerberg, those three guys that met with Trump, uh, allegedly Elon Musk, that is far superior than all of them. And why is this so important? Because the United States have had a lockdown on these chips, and I think these chips that they're using to develop AI, because they didn't want it in China hand. Even Biden actually warned about protecting these chips so China wouldn't get our intellectual property that they're using to make AI, which is supposed to be the next best thing. Okay, let's be clear. So they're asking for between 80 and 100 billion. Do you know how much these people created this AI, which they say is far more superior than anything that these Americans are working on? They created it for 5.5 million with an M, 5.5 million. While our American innovators are telling you they need in the billions of dollars. Would it be? And not only do they need billions of dollars, these AI components that they are working on that will hold the information, it gets so hot that they need swath of lands. They're buying up military silos and all of this type of stuff because they need to, the processors, they get so hot, they need just large amounts of land to keep this shit cool. Do you understand what I'm saying? And these Chinese, they don't need none of that. They need absolutely none of that. And so now the cat is out the bag, and the cat is out the bag, and they've done it for far. And this was not the main thing that these Chinese were even working on. This is just like a little side hustle that they were working on. So they were like, these are all mathematicians. And the thing about this is that none of them got any education outside of China. That's how they ensured that what they were working on wouldn't be compromised by anybody else. And they said, y'all took y'all little chip and stuff. Well, we can set it up this way. We can set it up that way, and they have a better model. So now all of this AI shit that they've been always telling you about how it's the wave of the future, they were robbing us. So the people who met with Trump, it's alleged that their company lost over $600 B with $1 billion on yesterday. But my question is, if they don't even have the AI up and running, how was it even valued at over $600 billion? They don't even have it up and running. So how did they lose 600 billion? Was it 600 billion dollars of their own money? So who gives a fuck if they was dumb enough to have to spend 600 billion dollars in their own technology? That's what business is. You win some and you lose some. So why are they talking about this 600 billion dollars was lost in the stock market? How are they selling stock on something that has not even been created to the tune of $600 billion? I'm confused. If somebody can enlighten me, but I gave you the information about China being in the BRICS, and let's be clear, this shit is baffling me. Deep Sick, yes, that's what it's called. Deep Sick. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the name of their AI. Thank you, Nappy Child. It is called Deep Sick, and the thing about it is, you can go on your computer right now and use it, and it's free. They're giving it away for free. They say, like with all AI, don't use it from your job. Where if you have a job that has sensitive information, it's up and running right now. We are doomed. We are doomed. But they're telling us we need this AI. Why are they trying to convince us we need this AI? With the whole point of this AI is to take your motherfucking jobs. They said that the next jobs that are destined to go are jobs in human resources, mind jobs, data collection, coding, what else? What else? These are the jobs that are going away. Accounting and all of this type of stuff. These are the jobs that they are creating this AI to take and to smooth line and cut costs in businesses. White collar jobs, not the blue collar jobs where they got trucks that load themselves, where they got grocery stores that load their own shelves. No. Not those type of these blue collar jobs. I mean white collar jobs. So I do believe we're doomed to. If you didn't watch my video on yesterday, go check it out, and you will see how China has really upped their game. And even though they were trying to withhold this technology from China, China created something allegedly far better than the Zuckerbergs and the big tech. Remember, they were talking about the tech boys taking over Washington, D.C. So these Chinese who didn't have access to this chip, which it seems to get hot and needs so much space to actually collect the data, did a far better job for $5.5 million. And so now they're scrambling. Now they have fucking cake on their face. All of these people who were sitting up at the inauguration getting special meetings, but what have they done to get the grocery prices down in this administration? And they talking in billions of dollars for more shit to take your jobs, to create more shit to take your jobs. I really want to know. I want to know. Nobody got no answers. So, is there anything else that I wanted to share with you guys? I shared with you guys that. Let me see. I shared this with you guys. Now, somebody asked, was it Red who got arrested in Atlanta? No, I'm going to show you these comedians who. Let me present this. This is my last thing. This is an off one. I thought that everybody had heard about this. Okay. Okay. I'm going to drop the link for this article. You can probably find some stories about it on YouTube as well. Here's the link to this article about what was going on in Atlanta. Ronnie Q, stop making too much sense this morning. Who remembers Friday the 13th when Ralph said, "You'll all be doomed"? I don't remember that. I saw so many. I don't remember that. We need to find solutions to survive this madness. Now, I heard a quote yesterday for the first time, uh, and it's more in the line of what Jill Comfort Zone was saying and what you're saying too, Miss Queenie. Let me find this quote. Where did I write it? It's by Phil Wright. Failure has to Failure has to come so that the dreams can be manifested. So if we don't go through some type of failures, and it seems like people are trying to, if you take the mindset that all of the work that our ancestors did in 2025 is about to be amassed into failures. No, because let's understand that Black people were some of the greatest innovators in inventions that created America. Let's understand that white culture are just always robbed Black culture from their food, from their music, from their style of dressing, from their slang lingo, from their hand gestures, everything. These people want to appropriate from us, and it's unfortunately that you have so many people that are willing to give it away under the guise of I'm going to invite you to the picnic type of shit. But see, they don't just want to go to the picnic. They want to put. they don't want to go to the picnic. They don't respect that. They just want to take everything about you as long as they don't have to be you. Let's continue. Okay. Comedians sue over drug search program at Atlanta airport. This comedian, this guy right here, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen him on several movies. Eric Andre. That's his name. Atlanta comedian Eric Andre and Clayton English are challenging the police program at the Atlanta airport. They say violates the constitutional rights of airline passengers, particularly Black passengers, through racial profiling and what is it? Coercive searches, just as they were about to board their flights. Let me see. Let me enlarge this. I apologize. Okay, here we go. So, lawyers for the two men filed a lawsuit Tuesday in federal court in Atlanta alleging that they were racially profiled and illegally stopped by Clayton County Police at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. The two men, well-known comedians and actors, say officers singled them out during separate stops roughly 6 months apart because they are Black and grilled them about drugs while other passengers watched. People were gawking at me and I looked suspicious when I had done nothing. People were gawking at me, and I'd look suspicious when I had done nothing, Andre said in an interview, calling the experience dehumanizing and demoralizing. Okay. While the state purpose of this program is to fight drug trafficking, the lawsuit says drugs are rarely found, criminal charges seldom result, and seized cash provides a financial windfall for the police department. Clayton County police officers and their investigators from the from the county district attorney's office selectively stop passengers in the narrow jet bridges used to access planes. The lawsuit said the officers take the passengers' boarding passes and identification and interrogate them, sometimes searching their bags before they board their flights. The police department called the stops consensual encounters and said that they are random, but it rarely stops. But in reality, the stops rely on coercion. And then come to find out that in this investigation, they found out that they had a snitch who worked at the ticket counter who alerted cops about who was coming up. They actually had snitches at the ticket counters. And so these cops who are already beyond security, beyond the checkpoints, was alerted like, oh, well, he bought his ticket today. Is it against the law to buy your ticket the same day that you're traveling? And well, if it is, it seems like you wouldn't sell the ticket the same day they're traveling. See, these are some of the things that they were alerting these cops to do these phony search. Police records showed that from August 30, 2020 to April 30, 2021, there were 402 jet bridge stops. The passengers race was listed, and the passengers races. Wait a minute. And the passengers race was listed for 378 of those stops. Of the 378 passengers, 211 or 56% were Black, and the people of color accounted for 250, and people of color accounted for 258 total stops, or a 68%, the lawyer said. So 56% were Black, and another 8% were other people of color. So those 402 stops resulted in 3 reported drug seizures, about 10 grams of drugs. So all of these people were hemmed up, and they got 3 drug seizures. I don't even see that these people were arrested. So the seizures could have been from non-Black people, because I'm sure that they would have arrested a Black person that they found drugs on. They say drug seizures. They just took the drugs, about 10 grams of drug from 402 stops. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. 10 grams of drug from one passenger, 26 grams of suspected THC gummies. Pam, do not fly with y'all gummies. Y'all don't fly. 26 grams of THC gummies from another, and 6 prescription pills without a prescription from a third. And the lawsuit says only the first and the third person was charged. So whatever this 10 grams of whatever drug and the 6 pills were charged. The gummy person was able to get away. But the 402 stops also yielded more than $1 million in cash and money orders from a total of 25 passengers. 25 passengers. They allegedly were searching for drugs beyond the security checkpoint, but they found this money, and they seized their money, and they have been financing their department with this money that people don't come back to claim. So let's be clear. But now you hear that 47 has pardoned this man who made all of this money, seized his money, and trying to figure out a way to get him his money back. Now, he ain't got to find the way. They are trying to find a way to get him his money back. See, he listen, this is some crazy shit. So did I drop the link for this story? I think that Hold on. Here's the link to this story. Oh, no, not the gummies. Pam, do not be taking no flights. Hey, Team Me. Hey, good energy. I am planning to do a think tank with some of my family. I think that Black empowerment begins with the family. It definitely does. But then Pryor gave his dick to the white man willingly. So why? So what he's saying means nothing. Red. Wait a minute. You're talking to Red Wings about Richard Pryor. Yes, I knew you. I knew you would know him. That's why I had to pull up the story. I think I also have a video of this happening. The guy actually had loaded the plane, and the DEA agent came on and snatched his bag from the overhead bin and walked out with his bag. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. And the look on his face, he knew he was wrong. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I can't find it. No. I had it. Let me see. Hold on. Don't seem like I can find it. Nope, I can't find it. If I find it, I'll bring it back tomorrow. I think this is okay. If I find it, I'll bring it back to you guys tomorrow. Because the guy was sitting in first class too, and he just walked on the plane and just took his bag off the overhead bin, and the guy followed him out. And he was like, "Well, we got to search it. We got to search this bag, and I don't care." And he said, "No, I know my rights. You can't search my bag. I don't care about your rights." That's what he told the guy. I don't care about your rights. I bet he cared now. I bet he kind of care a little bit now. So now that it's being investigated. Okay. Let me share this with you. Since we're talking about it. I'm surprised nobody heard about this. I think I heard about this early last year in plain sight. Okay.
Hiding in plain sight at the busiest airport in the world. Drug agents walk the concourses, blending in by dressing just like passengers. This is a DEA task force officer scanning passengers boarding a flight for Los Angeles. There's another. How do we know who they are? Because we use the same tactics to investigate them after several passengers said they were targeted for warrantless searches at the gate or on the jet bridge.
I'm a random search, guys. So he says. So those white folks, and I'm the random search.
Hollywood actor John Ellie was stopped by Clayton County officers while boarding a flight to L.A.
Were you here in Atlanta? Yep.
How long were you here?
Doesn't matter. Why are you asking me all these silly questions? Check my bag, do what you gotta do so I can get out of here, please.
The narcotics officers didn't find anything, but kept asking questions of the Emmy-winning actor.
When you purchased your ticket? Don't worry about it, man. Just what's it called? Check my bag so I can get out of here, please.
When did you purchase your ticket? What difference does it make? I thought you were checking my bag. What the fuck you talking about? Because he had already got a heads up. This is an Emmy Award actor. If he needs to get someone where on the fly, I'm pretty sure he can purchase his ticket the same day. But and God forbid, no, nigga,
How you purchasing your ticket the same day? This must be drug money. Let's continue.
Thank you.
That whole thing is just so humiliating. Like, who thinks this is a proper way?
Okay, so he had already finished searching the bag. Then he asked him when he checked his ticket. And after he refuses to answer, he don't go back into the bag. He says, "Oh, this bag is good." But motherfucker, you knew the bag was good before you started asking him about when he purchased his ticket. You had finished checking the bag, and then you asking him questions, and then you say, "Oh, this bag is good." So if you already knew that, why the fuck were you asking him questions? That's why people don't understand. This guy did good. You have the right to remain silent, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to use anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. That's why you shut the fuck up. You ain't got to assist them in their investigation. If they need to find if something is in your bag, why would you talk to them and they say, well, they said this, and that's how people get hemmed up, by running off at the mouth and trying to be cooperative and shit. They ain't trying to cooperate with you. They trying to arrest you. They're trying to steal your cash. Let's be clear. They trying to set you the fuck up.
A way to treat anyone.
Tabari Sturdivant is an Atlanta-based film director who was also flying to LA when agents stopped him at the departure gate.
All my life, I pride myself on being an upstanding citizen, and you still do this to me. I'm clean, like I'll comply, but like, why me?
Drug agents searched Tabari's bags in the boarding area in front of other passengers, some recording on their phones.
I'm thinking more about, making this plane than I'm even thinking about my rights at this point.
Is that part of their strategy, you think?
I think it's 100%.
Records show that DEA and local police rarely find any drugs or make arrests during what they call cold consent searches at the gate.
I see the finish line to get on the plane. Everybody knows that feeling of getting, right at the door or getting on the jetway when you get blindsided. I'm like, man, I got to get on this flight. And they were like, if you let us do our job, I'll make sure you get on your flight. So I'm like, do what you got to do.
They didn't find anything suspicious in Tabari's bag. So what were they looking for?
He just is like, are you high? Have you smoked? Do you have any drugs in this bag? Do you have any money?
The DEA and other drug agents are seizing millions of dollars from departing passengers at Hartsfield-Jackson, mostly from flights to LA, even though it's completely legal to travel domestically with any amount of cash. We found dozens of cases in Atlanta's federal court, USA v. some amount of currency. That's right, in most cases, they don't arrest the passenger. They arrest their money, even when no drugs are found. The probable cause statements show that the cash is administratively forfeited as drug money if the passenger can't prove on the spot that their money is innocent.
You're either going to sign a consent form saying that you're allowing us to search them, okay, or I'm going to detain them, run my dog on it, and get a search warrant.
Feel free to search the bag, sir.
Are you willing to sign a consent form?
Yes, I will sign a consent form. Feel free to search my bags.
In this 2015 Department of Justice report, the Office of Inspector General told the DEA it should stop using a troubling technique, causing passengers to believe a voluntary search is a mandatory TSA secondary inspection. 8 years later, we found DEA agents at Atlanta's airport using similar methods.
We're no different than TSA, man. People just like give us a little more hard time than they do TSA.
He just approached me and he asked me for my ID. He didn't state who he was. He just asked me for ID. And I thought he was a Delta agent. He had airport credentials on. And so I gave it to him immediately. I thought this was how I was going to get on the plane or something. I don't know.
The drug agents may be in plain clothes, but they're not undercover. This is Sergeant David Fikes. He and his canine Bane are still all over the Brookhaven Police Facebook page. Since Fikes was assigned to the DEA task force at the airport last year, records show he's been involved in seizing more than $1 million in cash. His police department has received a 9% cut of that money, more than $100,000, even though Brookhaven PD is nowhere near the airport. If we have the ability to walk up to, say, Officer Fikes or to any one of these agents in the airport, what would you like us to ask them?
How would you feel if somebody did this to you? How would you feel?
We found Fikes and other plainclothes DEA task force officers by going to departure gates for LA flights. They stopped passengers at the boarding door, asking to see their documents before going through their carry-on bags. The searches we watched came up empty. The drug agents cased 3 different gates in Concourse A, blending in with passengers while we observed from a standoff distance. But it didn't take long before the task force officers spotted our phone and camera. Once they sat down, it was time for a cold consent interview of our own. Hey there, I'm with the news. You're Sergeant Fikes, aren't you? I'm with Atlanta News First. Okay. How many innocent people do you have to search before you find what you're looking for? Sir, I've got nothing to say to you. Another officer was behind me, out of sight, over my shoulder, giving hand signals to Fikes as I asked him questions. What about Shabari Sturdivant? Do you remember him? No?
Took everything out your bag and put it all around in front of everybody and made you look like a criminal. Like, how would you feel? Officer Fikes.
Why do people have to prove themselves innocent? You got nothing to say to these people?
Carrying extra fat is dangerous. This is how to get rid of it.
If you
Yeah, and so you got to go through hell and high water to get your money back. But they sneak in somebody in the January 6th pardons who was supposed to get a life sentence, and they're trying to get all of his illegal money made off of selling drugs back to him. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Got a presidential pardon, snuck it in. Y'all didn't know about that, did y'all? Did y'all didn't hear about that man on the news, on the for-profit media? Y'all ain't heard about that there. Stay woke, people. I'm gonna drop my link one more last time if somebody has something they want to converse about. But these are the things that I wanted to inform you about. So it seems like it's on with this China thing. I have already talked to you about how more advanced their society seems to be than our own society. We already knew that when you saw all of those oligarchs bending the knee, Facebook removing its fact-checked abilities on things that I put on there, we already knew that we were in for the okie doke. Because they want propaganda. They want to fill our heads with propaganda as they rob us blind. So all I can say is stay woke, people. Okay, there's the link. I always drop my link so you guys can peruse all of the things that I'm talking about. If you have a different opinion than I come up with, because I don't, I hear this stuff and I find this stuff, I read this stuff, and I could be off, but these are just my thoughts about the things that you really don't see in the media. Okay, I have Babs coming up. Hey, Babs, hold on. Let me make sure this is Babs.
Yeah, it's me.
Babs. Hey, Babs, what's going on?
Nothing. I just wanted to dang, now I have to clear my throat.
Hold on.
The
Hold
DEI
on.
initiative.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, he's not here no more. Go ahead.
Yeah, the DEI initiatives. You were talking about how you have all the oligarchs bending the knee and all that sort of stuff. It's been nice to see some pushback against the removal of the DEI initiatives. You saw where Costco was like, we're not doing that.
Costco is said, no, we're not having it. So Walmart pulled theirs away. Target pulled theirs away. So Costco still kept their DEI initiative, people. So people don't understand the power that their money have. You take your money away from Walmart and Target and start going to people who respect you and your money. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Costco did. Kroger surprisingly did. I didn't expect Kroger to.
I didn't hear about
Um,
Kroger.
it was on Baller Alert. They had like a list of the different places that were pushing back against removing DEI initiatives.
Go ahead.
And now I can't remember all of them. But oh yeah, Ben and Jerry, the video that they did has a lot of people upset because they were like, we're committed to the fight against white supremacy and against discrimination and all that sort of stuff. And so a lot of people call themselves boycotting Ben and Jerry right now. Yeah, it's been heartening somewhat to see at least some companies take a stand.
Yes, it is. And for them to put themselves out there, I think that these are companies that we should support.
Exactly. Yep, that's where I plan on moving my dollars to because I understand where people like Tabitha Brown coming from, where you have they have their money tied to these companies, but at the end of the day, I can't support somebody who literally at the first opportunity decided to just essentially work against people who look like me. So no, I'm not
Yeah,
spending my
and
money right now at Walmart and places like that.
I hadn't even heard of Tabitha Brown. Somebody tagged me in something and asked me what I think about this, and they had a video up, and I was like, "Who is Tabitha Brown?" I didn't know anything about her. When I watched that video, I was like, "Sister, you crazy? Sister, are you crazy?" The whole point of them having you in their store is to help minority business and women business. With them taking DEI away, then she says she's still in the contract. Do you think when your contract is up, they are still going to offer you a new contract? You look
They
at
sure
all
won't.
these. No, and why should I, girl? Bye.
Like you could understand somebody being worried about their pockets right now, but like you said, at the end of the day, it might be better to just go ahead and not say nothing because they aren't going to back you in a good year or so. Target is going to drop you like a dang sack of potatoes.
But don't come out here and tell your people to still support this. Just hope your people still support. Just hope that your products do so well that people be like, no, fuck that. No, I'm not going to give up my principles to fatten the pocket of one single black person who don't give a fuck about nothing but fattening her pockets. I'm not going to do that. And for her to, I'm just going to say it, and for her to come out here and actually think somebody give a shit about her when her company is doing what they're doing to black people, so they can't get a foothold into having their own wealth, working for themselves, pulling themselves up from the bootstraps, and they're just going to arbitrarily go with this white supremacist seeming air that is going around our country now. Why the fuck don't tell me to support you? I'm not supporting you because in supporting you, I'm supporting them, and I don't support that. That's all I got to
Right,
say.
they ain't getting a dime. After
What you
Walmart
mean?
came out saying that they pulled back their DEI initiatives and now they're trying to they're kind of trying to straddle the fence because they're still saying that they support X, Y, and Z and Z, Y, and X, but I'm good on them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you saw all the videos that they had out of their Black Friday sale after it Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think it was Thanksgiving. The stores were barren, and the few people you saw in there were not people of color.
So there it is. But yeah, I went ahead as soon as they did that. I can't talk today. I closed my Walmart Plus membership and I wrote them a little nice nasty paragraph in the explanation as far as why. Yeah, I refuse to support these places. Instacart, for whatever reason, is still supporting DEI initiatives, so I could go ahead and use Instacart Plus.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Now, what do you think about them firing those attorney generals?
I expected it, unfortunately,
But,
and I hope that they were expecting that to come also.
But these people were not political appointees. These people who applied for the job. It wasn't like Jack Smith, who was appointed to actually do the case. He resigned. So it's not like he was put Jack Smith, Merrick Garland chose him to prosecute to investigate the case. So I can understand because he was the lead man, but he has to have a team of people. These people could have been assigned to anything that they were investigating. Just so happens this was the assignment they were given. They have worked under many administration, and it doesn't make any sense. And he put in the letter that because they worked on this case, he couldn't trust them to carry out his agenda. Well, I thought he was supposed
he truly thinks that he's some sort of a emperor or a king or something like that. It's disgusting to see, but it is not unexpected. He's acting like the person that he is.
Yeah. It's not about his agenda. He's only one branch of the government. There are 3 branches of government, and he's acting like he's. But they said that they were going to be getting rid of people who were not Trump loyalists.
Right,
You even
is
heard
dangerous in and of itself.
That's a dictatorship within itself. You heard Pam Bondi said that she wouldn't go after people who prosecuted him. She wouldn't answer. She couldn't say a no to that question in her confirmation hearings. You heard Pete Sedgwick say that when they asked him would he take the command to shoot us, to send out Navy SEAL 6 to rein in the non-violent protesters who are protesting across the street from the White House. And what did he
just
say?
got confirmed, right?
He got confirmed. And after he got confirmed, what is it? I just talked about it. The oversight people who are over, what is it? OGs, not OGs. Wait a minute. They got after his confirmation, they got fired. And they are the oversight for his department in waste, fraud, and abuse. Who is it?
Oh yeah,
independent inspector generals. The inspector generals, the IGs, got fired. 12 of them from different departments, and their job is oversight of the Pentagon.
Remember,
go ahead.
Before the election, we talked about repeatedly. Me and you had conversations repeatedly on here about how Trump was going to use Project 2025 and how he was going to be basically removing people who weren't Trump loyalists, and how he was going to basically do literally exactly what he said he's doing right now. And so it's frustrating as heck to me to hear people saying things like, we didn't know, or why is he doing X, Y, and Z? It's like, this has been told to you over and over again. And somehow, because in May or June, he said that he didn't know what Project 2025 was, y'all decided to believe that, and now look where we are.
And look at the ones who was trying to act like there's some elite people and talking about you got people like Uppity out here talking about Trump. I bet she has no idea of no policy. I bet she doesn't know anything that he's done this week. She's talking about Trump. Now we already know that you are not somebody who Trump gives 0 damns about and is going to do 0 for. We already know this. Now they're talking about the next thing on the chopping block is allegedly going to be Section 8 housing. Did you hear that?
All the federal assistance, basically, except for Medicare and Social Security.
Well,
a bunch of people about to be hurting.
And they sitting up here, sitting on YouTube, talking dumb shit. If you're gonna be, at least you have access to this information. But nobody is trying to find out information. But somebody asked me, what did I yesterday? They said, what do I think about people ignoring the election but now trying to come together? And after they find out what's going on, and I was like, well, I can never poo-poo people trying to come together, but the simple fact that they coming together now with him in office, it's a little too late. But I'm not going to poo-poo people coming together. You know, you can't see till you can see. You can't hear till you can hear. But unfortunately, your blindness and deafness is going to cause a lot of pain to a lot of people in this nation unnecessarily.
Right. This literally could have been prevented.
Mhm.
Trump presidency was, well, I don't want to say the man's name because I heard people getting flagged and stuff, but that man's presidency was not inevitable. People could have voted differently. They chose not to.
I,
People could have
I,
been more
I used the term 45, 47.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that 45, 47 could have could was not an inevitability, you know, but people chose to stay home. People chose to be ignorant, so it is what it is.
And
We are where we are now.
let's not forget the people who were so proud that they were not voting. Uh, are you familiar with that channel? Um, I'm a Shala Shakur. She usually does.
No, are you talking about one of the pro-Palestinian people?
No, she's a black
Okay,
woman.
no, I don't.
Uh,
I don't know
and-
that one.
yeah, I forget, but I used to love to watch her, and I used to. She does celebrity news, and she does other little news, and she's you know, with the dreadlocks, she have the little thing stuck on her head and everything, and I used to get some good news stories that I hear, and I tell people to go over there. But girl, when uh Kamala Harris started running, she was calling her Kabuki Harris, and I know y'all ain't falling for that. She would call her all these. And what about Phil? What's his name? Uh, with the Black Channel. You know who I'm talking about. What
I
is?
don't.
Oh my God, Phil. I had his name yesterday. I can't remember his name. He
I
he he does a lot of black stories, and you know, he always doing these stories on, you know, police doing things, and injustices about the black community. I think his page used to be called the Black Dysphoria, but he changed the name of his page. But he came on with all of this negative talk about Kamala Harris. I couldn't even believe that he was doing that. And I was just like, excuse me? Why would you poo-poo our only hope? And a black woman on top of it. So it was
right.
a lot of people who were out here dragging her, and not realize, well, they had to have realized what your only other option was. If you are not going to drag her for any other reason, is what the alternative was going to give you. But they had their mouths all over her, taking in all of this rhetoric that was said about her, as if she was not a capable woman. But Joe Biden gets a lot of credit and fault for what is happening now too, as far as I'm concerned.
For me, it's mostly that the person that I'm most irritated with right now is Nancy Pelosi, but that's going to probably be a perpetual thing. The lady, let me not even go there because it's irritating as heck. But have you heard Stephen A. Smith? He's now on his whole
Oh,
anti Kamala
oh my
tour.
God. Oh, I
Yeah,
cannot. I never could stand him. I never. Now, right before the election, he was like, "Well, of course I'm gonna vote for her." I don't believe he voted for her in the least. Yeah, you
nope.
know, when the heat was on, and he was kind of trying to shade her before the election. He was like, "Yeah, of course," but he was good. Did the interview with Hannity Combs, and that's my good friend. That's my friend. Do you really think that that's your friend? That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate that you hear the dog whistles that he put out about your entire race of people, but you think that's your friend. He's
Right. I
he's
could never think. I could never even sit down and have a casual conversation with Sean Hannity, much less
yeah.
call that man my friend.
Right. That's my whole point. And now he has taken the jacket off, and now he's full throttle. Now, what do you think about the backlash that Snoop Dogg, Nelly? I haven't heard too much talk about Rick Ross. It's like they forget that Rick Ross performed there too. Now, the Rick Ross's crowd, I would say, is more of the hood type of people. Because I can't tell you one Rick Ross song. Well, I'm not into rap anymore, but I'm just saying Snoop Dogg was more in my era when I even listened to rap. What do you think about the backlash that they're receiving?
I think they should be receiving more.
I think it's well deserved. I think it is
Yeah.
well deserved because none of them can act like they didn't know. And that little fucking man child soldier boy. Did you see him say, well, Obama didn't put no money in my pocket. Fuck Obama. Did you hear him say that when they were
Yeah, I
asking him?
did.
Girl.
I didn't expect it. I'm loud. Sorry, I didn't expect anything else from Soldier Boy though,
Nothing.
because yeah, he's a walking, talking caricature.
Yeah. The whole yeah.
And Snoop Dogg, I expected differently from at first because he was all anti-Trump the first, or anti-45. Sorry, the first time around, and
And he
now
was
he stepped in.
anti he dogged Chrisette Michelle for performing. And when did he become DJ Snoop up there fake spinning records and all that? That did you see
He
that
up there tap
performance?
dancing.
Just totally buck dancing. Not tap dancing. He was buck dancing.
Yeah.
Spinning records. And everybody looking at him like he's the spectacle he actually was.
And then you got Nelly talking about show me how that man is racist. And then in the days after he asked us to show him how
Mhm.
45 is racist, 45 decided to show him himself.
That,
And now
that's
you haven't
not
heard anything from Nelly.
that's not our job to show you what's really going on in the world. When you got if you want to if you want to ponder how he's racist within yourself after people keep telling you that, that's not our job. It seems like you would find out how he's racist yourself and find out that you fuck around. But no, he didn't just fuck around. He fucked around and found out. And
Right.
these people are desperate for money. Nelly has some cases he has to fight in the United States and in Europe of SAing people. So he said it's not about the money. Motherfucker, we know it's about the money. And the fact that you would do anything for money, even just because your situation is so dire, who gives a fuck? And nobody gives a fuck about you. You should have had some money. If you was good, you would have had some money. But you were out here. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's my opinion that if it's not about the money, it's worse because then it's about principle for you. Like you
No,
actually agree with this person and their thoughts.
he said
That
he respect the office of the presidency.
whatever.
But 45, 47 don't even respect the office of the presidency.
That's like
That's your
going up
job.
to LBJ in the midst of him calling people N words and things like that and saying, "Well, I respect the office of the presidency, so I'm just going to sit here and shake hands with you, even though you call people N words every 5 seconds. No, thank you."
Right, exactly. So, yeah, I think that is. I think that they got what their hand called for. But
Yeah.
I don't. I think Rick Ross audience is more hood or more uneducated. I don't know. I don't know.
I listened previously to Rick Ross. Probably a whole regional thing or whatever. But yeah. I can do without listening to any of them because at the end of the day, I'm not giving you a streaming penny when you sit there and play in my face.
Yeah, I'm not giving you a nickel or a nail. Oh, I'm so disgusted with them.
Yeah, it's definitely been eye opening to say the least. I'm trying my best not to get too enraptured by all of this sort of stuff, to get too caught up in it, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is what's going to happen, you know. And so you just got to sit here and try and take care of yourself, your family, your friends, and things like that.
But I
But
was
I also want to make sure that I'm aware, you know.
yeah, I was just I was talking. Did you see? Were you here in the beginning when I played Lana Ayanla Presley, questioning them people from 2025 about the playbook that they had in store for to hit the ground running on day one in the first 180 days, and she asked what were the plans for the first 180 days of a 45-47 presidency, and they hemmed hauled. She had the authors of Project 2025, and they would not tell her what they had in store, and she had to keep shutting them down. And that I answered, that's not my question. The answer my question. They wouldn't tell her nothing, but now we are seeing what they have in store. In the first 180 days.
Yep.
All of these whole stacks of executive orders and all of this type of stuff, it's ridiculous. And the fact that he put an executive order out that thought that he was going to end affirmative action when that is the law of the land. He cannot, and a lot of people don't know, like, oh, he ended up. No, he can't do that because that's actual law. You can't remove actual law with an executive order. What he did was he rescinded Lyndon Johnson executive. Was it Lyndon Johnson? Yeah, Lyndon Johnson executive order that government contracts would not discriminate against workers. And I showed I don't know if you were here, I showed and let's understand, while these white women, they sitting out here acting like it doesn't affect them, when he signed that order in, excuse me, black people got about, I think it was 9 billion in government contractors. And then if you combine the black people with women, that was the highest amount of contracts given because of the women in it. It wasn't black women, it was women and black people. So
Yeah, white women been the biggest beneficiaries of affirmative action for the longest time, but for whatever
exactly.
reason, they think it's everybody else.
Exactly. So that was my point. That showed the graph. I mean, you could barely see when it was just counting black people. You could barely see the line, but that tiny line represented $9 billion worth of contracts. So it is
Which,
definitely
in the big scheme of things, is not a whole lot of money.
well, in the big scheme of things, for contracts being granted to people, that's a lot of money to be taken away.
It is a lot of money to be taken away. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's not like we just getting giving money hand over fist. That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah, but when you look at it with women, and you know it's a whole lot of them women are white women. Yeah, that's
Yep.
my point. Yeah, I mean the highest number on the chart as far as women get. I mean, blacks and minorities getting contract. That I forget where that place. It was like I can't even say it's 3-4. It had to be 17 times the amount that sold black people got in contracts. It was just astronomical. So,
But people
a
want
lot
to believe it. Black people are just being given the world.
exactly, So that's why that's the excuse that they use of getting rid of the discriminatory DEI program. So how is the They call the DEI program discriminatory. That's how they're trying to poise their position to be discriminatory.
Because it benefits somebody other than them.
Right, exactly.
But let me go ahead and get off of here. It was nice speaking with you again. I
All
have to shut
right,
my throat. Sorry.
good talking to you too. It's always a pleasure.
All right, bye-bye.
Hey. Oh, she left. That's okay. I didn't want nothing important. Roland Martin did an excellent video about the boycotts yesterday. I'll go check it out. I usually don't watch him, but hey, I'm open to anybody who's giving me factual information. Baps,
Yeah, you said, hey, just as I clicked
yeah,
off.
I didn't want nothing important. Was Sir King over there talking about me? He had my name in the title and talking about I don't want to talk about Ronnie Q. Were you over there?
I didn't see that live, but I think I didn't see the whole of that live. I think the gist of it was that he wasn't trying to talk about the whole camera slip thing or whatever in the world.
I didn't watch the live. I missed the live. So I was gonna tell you if you don't see me in his next live to tell him Ronnie Q is gonna put a foot up his ass if he
Lord.
I just assumed that he was talking about me. I don't want to talk about, but it's commentary type of still. So I was just fucking with you. I ain't want nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm laughing because y'all two be cracking me up when y'all interact with each other.
All right, girl. Have a good day.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. Let me see what else. I just don't like how this anti-DEI mess is causing division within our community. Okay, we're all under they're all under contracts. If they break these contracts, they will get sued, and some of the smaller businesses will go bankrupt. Target purposely trap them. Exactly. I never said that she should break her contract because I'm aware that she's going to have to stay in this contract for the long haul. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys today. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. I thank you guys for listening to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I find that this I find that this commentary needs to be talked about. And just like these are some important things that are going to and are affecting us as a people in very dramatic ways. So I could promise you that I'm going to listen to bullshit that's going on in the sector. Sometimes I hear things, sometimes I don't. Sometimes things are brought to me. Sometimes I just miss things. Sometimes I just, this is taking up a lot of my mental space as far as getting out information, understanding information, and disseminating information to my viewers. I don't think that is a time for us to stick our heads in the sand. And this is why I talk about these things because, I see all the check marks that are being taken care of in this Project 2025 initiative. So, hey, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys support. I appreciate you guys clicking the like and the view, your membership. If you want to support the channel, $ Ronnie Q. And we will be doing, don't forget, we will be doing crafting and conversation on my channel this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be creating lanterns. Even though the theme is Valentine, you will be able to use these on any occasion just by changing the greenery inside. My supply list is on the flyer that's on my community wall. It is the first comment in the flyer, under the flyer. You can get all these, everything you need from the Dollar Tree, everything. I think this project will be under $10. You can see, you can paint it any color, but I ask you, you can use spray paint or you can use any type of crafting, chalk paint. I ask you to have your box and your racing tracks pre-painted and dry so you will be able to handle them when we go live and craft. that would be helpful, and you won't have to wait for your paint to dry. So I hope it's called Crafting and Conversations on my channel this Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a good time, and I hope you guys come out. If you're not going to craft, you can just come out and talk with us, because we have a good time and we be cracking ourselves up. But I didn't really have a good time on Jill's last week, but shit, because I had to put in so much work in Jill's shit, I had to concentrate. Okay, let me see. Can you feature a tax segment on the future, like how the income tax season will be affected with all of his changes? They were acting. I did see an article about income tax with the which one was it? How it was going to affect taxes that he put that government freeze on. What was the government freeze on? Let me see why they were worried about taxes. That ain't the one. The hiring freeze. So yeah, the hiring freeze. So I did read an article about I didn't read the article. I did see a article asking how the Internal Revenue Service will act this tax season due to the hiring freeze. You are right. I'll read it. I'll check it out. I had already saw that, but that wasn't conducive to what I wanted to show you that was already enacted. But that since the hiring freeze has been enacted, that is a good question. How is that going to affect the tax season? Thank you. I'll bring that to you guys tomorrow. Freeze on cola. No, the hiring freeze. You're welcome. All right, guys. That's all I have. I thank you for coming out and chatting with me. And I hope you have a great remainder of your day. And don't forget to go over and check out Respectively M channel. Let me see if I can find her. She goes on in the morning, and she is quite funny. She's old beef sector. Wait a minute. She is old beef sector. She's quite funny. She's had a page forever, but she's getting her page up again. And she's doing regular content. She's trying to be consistent, and you would definitely have a hoot and a holler. So go over there and check her out. Check out Very Carey. Check out Deanna Irving. Check out Demetria Lit All Day. Especially her trial, well, especially both of her pages, but don't sleep on her Trial Watch page. All the links are in my chat. If you come back in about 10 or 15 minutes, I drop all my links. Here's Respectfully M's link. So go over there and check her out this morning. If you go over there and check her out, tell her Ronnie Q sent you if you haven't been over there before. You don't have to, but go check her out. Here's her link. I dropped Very Carey links earlier. I dropped Jill's crafting channel earlier. So that's all I got for you guys. So I hope you guys have a great remainder of your day. God bless you. All right. Have a good one. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
On the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie in the morning while I'm driving. Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. Ronnie. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q.
If y'all hear me guggling, I got dry mouth. I was guggling down my drink. Excuse me. I thought I was on mute. When I think I'm off mute, I'm on mute. When I'm trying to talk, I'm on mute. Now I'm guggling down my drink because my mouth is dry. I see that I'm not on mute. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for being here.
Without my Ronnie, she can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.